Okay, everybody, Dr. B here. In this short video, I want to talk to you about some simple setup for success, a few things that we need to do very, very quickly. Getting set up in this business is very fast and very, very easy. The first thing is I want you to make sure that you've got an email address that you're going to use just for this business, okay? A Gmail address is fine. A free Gmail address is fine, but use your name in a new Gmail address. If your name is Joe Jones, let it be Jones Consulting. That's just a perfect thing to do. Matter of fact, the developer of this program, he uses consulting on his. He uses Gmail as well. What I really want you to avoid is I have seen people go out into the business world wanting to use a free Gmail address, and then they use an address that sounds like it's something you use to write emails to grandma and grandpa. myhappyfamilyandpets@gmail.com. I mean, I'm just trying to be ridiculous. It takes nothing to make an address sound businesslike. If you have any questions about that, you can email me, but it should be pretty straightforward. The next thing that we need to do is we need a phone number that can take incoming calls and record voicemails, okay? Now, you do not have to get a new phone. You do not have to get new service. You do not have to pay for service. You can use a free Google Voice number, okay? A free Google Voice number. And if you're going to create a new Gmail address with a business-like name attached to it, that new Gmail address, you can go and just create a Google Voice number right there for it. Now, that was my suggestion. Set up a new Gmail address and use that address to set up a free Google Voice. Keep your business separate from personal. And the reason is that if you do use Google Voice, and we do here in the office for many different projects, but if you do use one that you utilize for personal purposes, for whatever that case might be, when calls start coming in this business, you don't want to mix them up with make sure to bring toys over to Grandpa's house on Saturday for the birthday party. I mean, you just want this to be, you want an email address that's all business. You want a phone number that takes messages that is all business. This is going to, once you start it and you get things rolling, it moves pretty quickly. Okay? You're going to have a lot of activity. So this is your business. Let's treat it like a business. And I just keep harping on that a little bit because I've had so many times when people have really wanted to say, oh, it's okay, I've got a Gmail address. I've already got one. And then you see what comes out. And people don't take you seriously when your Gmail address is My Happy Family and Pets, or there's a voicemail recording on the greeting that says, this is Johnny and Sue, and Tommy's not here right now, and we love our puppies, and we hope you leave us a message, and we don't want that type of a message at all, okay? I will work with you on that, but let's keep it separate. So, with a Gmail and a Google Voice number, the messages that come in, I want you to know, if you're not familiar, you can also read them like transcripts, and you can search them like emails. You don't have to listen to every single one. It's a very powerful tool for free. You can personalize your greetings. You can make international calls, which you're not going to be doing if you're overseas. I just want you to know that you can utilize Google Voice as well. If you're in the United States, you have a few more options. You can get protection from spam calls and messages. I don't think you'll see too much of that. I've had a few of that happen on Google Voice numbers that we've had for years. But starting off, I don't think you'll have to worry about it too much. You can block unwanted callers. I don't think you'll have a problem with that. screen calls before you answer. You won't even be answering the calls. You'll be wanting them to come in and leave a message, and we'll get to that in a later video. The key is we want to have that number set up now, and that's your project initially. That's your first project. So to sign up for a Google Voice number, and when you do, don't record a greeting yet. Leave it blank. We'll get to that. You can go to voice.google.com, sign into your Google account, search for available numbers by city or area code. Get one that is local to your area code. Okay, it really doesn't matter too much. Now, I will tell you this. What we really want to do is try to find one, if we can, that's localized to the area code where we're going to be searching for car dealers. Okay, so if you live in Brooklyn, you'll want one with a Brooklyn area. If you live in Patterson, New Jersey, same. Tulsa, Oklahoma, same. That's just as simple as that. Is it mandatory? No, because 98% of the people in the world today use cell phones, and it doesn't cost anything to call across state lines. When I was young, people would say, oh my gosh, you're going to call long distance, it costs money. It really doesn't matter. It's a matter of convenience. So if you can find, and if it doesn't work out that way, or you end up working in different states, which you might, because you may decide to, don't worry about it. It's really not that important, because people do and carry these numbers across state lines. Okay? Now, follow the on-screen instructions. After you set up the Google Voice number, if you decide at some point that you want, for example, that the messages that are coming in there to forward to your cell phone or someplace else, you can do that. I have done that, and it's a very effective thing to do as well. Another thing that you should do is just, and this is so basic, but I do this because I have people tell me, oh my gosh, I lost this, I lost that, I lost something else. Just create a folder on your computer today and call it Car Business. In this folder, dealer emails, copies of them, the ones that we're going to be sending out, and I'm going to be getting into that in the next video. You want to keep them in there. The list of the dealers that you're contacting, you want to keep it in there. Anything that you've made changes to the emails, you want to keep them in there. Pictures, you're going to have a use for some pictures. Don't worry about it. It's not going to cost anything. Just keep the images there in the folder. Any marketing materials, anything to do with the business, keep it in the folder. Label it. This is another thing. I find people sometimes say, I kept it, I didn't label it, and they're opening up 50, 60 text files and word processing. Just whatever it is that you put into the folder, label it so you'll know what it is quickly, because there are times when you're going to want to access different things. That's all you need to know for right now today. When we get into the next video, I'm going to get into how we're going to be reaching out to the dealers. Email is a very powerful way we do that. I'm going to take you step by step. You're really flying. We're really starting to fly now. I'll talk to you real soon. Have a great afternoon.